Welcome, athletes, into another episode of the Gym Closet. I'm here, as always, with Amber.
What's up, guys?
And if this is your first time joining us, the Gym Closet is a Krave Gym podcast where we talk about everything Krave Gym, everything living like an athlete. And oftentimes we try to bust any myths that are out there because there's a lot of information flooded as far as your fitness and your health. So we try to talk about a little bit of everything. Today, we're going to be concentrating on our new season. We just got into our Make a Move season, agility season, and it is a tough one. So it's always a challenge. This one thing that I love about this season is it is hard, and it requires you to show up, test your mindset, challenge yourself every single day. And that's not even just on the challenge days. But the season this season is all about going as hard as you can, and then resting. So we're going 100%. We're working on speed. We're working on obviously agility overall, but we're working on power and balance and being able to just move and feel your body. I think the thing that a lot of people after sports, which all of our athletes, are athletes. Most of them are not playing a sport currently. When we're done with sports, the thing that oftentimes happens is you just lose that athleticism, that ability to kind of, feel your body and have your body do what you want it to do as fast as you want it to do it. And so I think that this is one of the best seasons that trains that and really challenges us to get back to athletic. We have agility in every single season, but this season is a lot more agility, and it's just a lot harder because the clock associated with it is agility focused. So we're doing a lot more agility.
Yeah, I remember before we founded Krave, we went to an Anytime Fitness in Sioux City, and I think we got a ladder out or hurdles out because we missed that training, because we know like the benefits of agility training when it comes to, strength training, endurance, and all that stuff, the foundation of it. And so we got those out because we're like, dang, we missed that. And people were just staring at us like, what in the fuck are they doing? Because we had like, you have the people lifting or you have the people that are like doing endurance. There was none of that in between. And so we were like, okay, this is weird, like that people don't train like this anymore because of all the benefits to it. And so at that point, we're like, we need a Krave. We need Krave.
Exactly. That's one of the foundational purposes for opening up Krave was that exact thing, is how can we train like athletes in a fitness environment that at the time you didn't really have an ability to train like athletes. So we birthed the agility season that everybody gets to go through now. So You're welcome.
And I think it is tough because your body just doesn't train like that. Like Tyler said, after sport, you don't do that to yourself anymore. And honestly, like, growing up, we didn't have great strength and conditioning programs up, and, you might have, but at a small school, I didn't do a lot of that stuff until I got to the college level, and then I missed it, right? And I'm like, gosh, this really did benefit me in so many ways. And so I think it's hard because people don't do it or they've never been exposed to it. So then it's uncomfortable. But also when you're pushing yourself 100%, there's that uncomfortability that comes with like, this sucks. Like we like to stay in that comfort zone, right? Of that 50 to 75%. And anytime we're over that 75% of pushing our body to exhaustion and fatigue, it's uncomfortable and it's hard. And so I think that's why it's just a season that is by far my hardest, because I do push myself in that environment, but I also get done and I'm like, that kicked my ass, but in all the good ways.
And that's the thing, that like there's oftentimes not a ton of places to physically challenge yourself, and to the benefit of the mindset of overcoming something hard. We've talked about it on here before. I know, go to an episode about doing hard things. All of the benefits of that. This season really tests that. And when you get done, you can know that you accomplished something just in that session. And it helps, everything in life to be able to do that hard thing and make everything else seem that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple things that we wanted to cover today. We got challenges. First challenge is done. So that was done on
Monday,
Tuesday of this week. So we're recording this on a Wednesday. But that one is done. So a lot of you have probably gotten the experience of the first rabbit challenge of the season. The second one will be on February 4th and 5th. That's a Wednesday, Thursday. And then the last one will be on the 27th and 28th, which is a Friday, Saturday. And the biggest thing about the challenges, again, it is a challenge, but test yourself, make sure that you're getting your best time. And the coolest thing, you're going to see so many of you athletes get to see a starting point and then a mass improvement throughout the season, just because you're practicing this stuff all season. And then, that challenge that you get to do at the end of the season shows all of that improvement, that it was that much worth it. And oftentimes that one's just a little bit easier as well than the first one that you just experienced. So you'll have 2 more challenges here this season. We have a lot of stuff going on this season. Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, with the challenge, I noticed I was there Monday, I think it was Monday, at the West Des Moines location. And I feel like people were feeling frustrated, right? Because they got down and they're like, why do I feel so tired? Like I train 3 times a week. I feel like I'm doing all the right things. But you guys have to remember, this is why we do periodization and progression and stuff in the gym, is because we adapt, right? Our bodies adapt to certain stimuluses and exercise and the way we train. And so we just came off of a strength season, right? So yes, we still incorporate some agility during that season, but now we're completely flipping it and having a different focus. And so instead of getting discouraged and frustrated, just pay attention to how you're feeling this first challenge. Because like Tyler said, by that third one, you're going to get done. And hopefully, obviously, your time will improve as it does for majority of the athletes. But also, like when you get done, you're not going to feel as exhausted and tired. So yes, everybody is feeling that way. It's normal to feel that way. It's normal to think it sucks and your quads are on fire and this shouldn't be happening. But that's just where your body's at right now. And as you continue to show up, you continue to train, it will get easier and your challenge times will get better.
Definitely.
And I just want to give a shout out to those of you who showed up. So, I know, like Tyler said, a challenge is hard, right? We're putting ourselves in a position to do something hard and uncomfortable, and that can be scary or intimidating to a lot of people. But a lot of you did show up. You committed to yourself. You committed to your team. You said, F it. I don't care what my time is. I just want to improve myself and get better. And I'm committed to that. So huge shout out and congratulations to you guys. To those of you that didn't show up, maybe you skipped, you quit it early. You chose not to do it in the session when you're fully capable of doing it. I know there's, you don't have that faith or that belief in yourself that you're going to maybe finish it or do as well as you thought. But I just encourage you next time that you show up to go and committed to doing it, because there's people that at other locations that didn't want to do it, but that coach encouraged them to do it. And then they got done and they were like, oh my gosh, I did first so much better than I thought I would, which obviously that's a huge win. But second, like when we go in with the mindset of accomplishing something hard, like we talked about at the beginning of this, that just carries on the rest of your day, right? Whereas if you go in and you're like, gosh, like I'm kind of scared, I'm kind of intimidated to do this, like how is that going to carry on with the rest of your life? So you guys will feel so much more accomplished, so much more confident if you go into this next one just committed to doing it, no matter your time. The athletes are there to support you. Your teammates are there to support you. Coaches are there to encourage you. So try to remember that next time you go in. And I hope that you come back to this podcast and you're like, Amber told me just to have the courage to do it. I can do this. I can be proud of myself and go do it. And you guys will be.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, how much we don't try just because we're scared. And it's also equally as crazy as how many of those events that we get done with are like, what was I scared about?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is definitely one of those for a lot of athletes as well.
And actually, it's taking athletes anywhere from like a minute to 4 minutes. So that's actually even shorter than like a chunk of the agility season or agility round that you'd have to do anyways, because that's 7 minutes long. So you're actually doing less work in that moment, but it might not feel like it, but there you go. So if that's what you need to get motivated to do it, then go do it.
The motivation is that you basically get to cut your 14 minutes of agility into a 4-minute time frame. So get it all out of the way.
Go do it.
So awesome. So we have a bunch of cool things coming up. As you know, our power partner this season is the ARL. So we do a couple different things with the ARL that is super cool. We have a week of pet selfies. So February coming up, February 1st through the 8th, we're going to be having a pet selfie. We're donating a pound of dog food for every pet selfie that is up online. So we challenge all of our athletes to take a picture of your pet, put it up online, tag us, tag ARL in that post, and then we'll donate on your behalf. I always tell everybody, there's always people that say, well, I don't have a pet. Well, you can definitely grab your neighbor's pet, ask them, let them know what we have going on and that it's for a good cause, and you just want to take a picture petting their dog. Awesome. And I always
dad joke. Here we go. I knew this was coming.
And so when if you don't have anyone that has a pet, we're in agility season. Go outside, find a squirrel or a rabbit or something that you can chase, catch it, find it, take a picture of it, and then that's going to be counted as 2 pounds. So if anyone does that,
I mean, we should at least buy him bags.
Okay,
that person gets bags.
That's 10 times the amount of effort if you catch a squirrel and
I think you should try it first, and I'll take a video and
we
see
don't
how
have
it
any
goes.
Trees. I don't see squirrels.
Well, the neighbors have plenty of trees. We can walk over to the neighbor's house and say,
go
hey, can I borrow your tree for a second? I want to go catch your squirrel.
There you go. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna be running around town after squirrels.
Surely they can't say no to that, right? They have to say, go help yourself.
They'd probably get their camera out and have a blast.
Maybe this is a good marketing plan, because then the news will come, and then we can promote Krave, and then it'll be all over the news. And then we're also giving back to the community.
The headline is crazy man, attempts to trap squirrel, catch squirrel.
Make a move, baby. Make a move.
Love it. On that same note, with the ARL, we have a
I can't
volunteer
stop.
event.
The video of you climbing in a tree chasing a squirrel.
You got to do what you got to do. So in the Des Moines metro area on the 27th of February, we're going to have an ARL volunteer day. Those days are awesome. We've done them for, again, the last 5-7 years. But we're in with the animals. We've always gotten a chance to go in and play with the cats and the dogs that they have out. So we're able to interact with the animals, which is awesome. So if you're an animal person, definitely a great time for you. But basically we go there and we help them clean up. We help them, there's always kennels to clean in the back. We also have doing like filling dog treats with peanut butter.
It was fun last year. We did that.
Yeah. Kids are welcome, I think, right? Again,
yeah. It depends on the activity. We have to let them know. So each location, so Elkhorn, Sioux Falls, Des Moines Metro, Ankeny, you'll obviously be in the Des Moines Metro, but the ARL has like an Ankeny location and then a south one that they just opened that we went to last year. They said if we get enough volunteers, they'll split us. So like obviously Ankeny athletes, that'll be nice for you to go to that one. But I think they kind of asked what the age ranges are, because then they can correlate what activities we'll be doing, because they do want to include kids. I mean, we had so many kids last year and it was so fun.
Yeah,
and then parents didn't have to find a sitter. They could come volunteer. So we're hoping that we can get some kids involved. I know some humane societies or ARLs are a little bit more particular with the age. So each location might be a little bit different, but if you can bring your kids, then bring them, and it's a lot of fun.
Definitely. And then so those are the two ARL events that we have going on here. The other event that we have coming up, that's not ARL related, is our Swolemate workout event, for Valentine's Day on February 14th. What's the details? Wear your pink.
So you got to wear pink, red, white, or black. Okay, that's the
so
theme.
Code.
We're going all in on this Valentine's Day theme. So bring a Swolemate in. So you can bring anywhere from 1 to 3 people in to Krave to try the session out. It's a free session. It's going to be very partner focused. So we're getting away from the make a move clock. Like, we're not going to follow that session workout. It's going to be more partner. So that way, if you're a Crave athlete and like you've been telling your spouse to come in and they haven't, and you whoop their ass, this will be a perfect time to be like, see, I told you you should come here because I'm beating you. And it'll be a lot of fun. So you'll partner with your partner and there'll be different events. We're gonna have a little competitive rounds as well to kind of keep it fun and friendly. But you can bring up to 3 people in with you. You do need to RSVP because we are maxing each location out at 36 athletes. Okay, so we will have there's a link going right now for you to sign up and sign those people up that want to come with you. Afterwards, it's from 9 to 10. Afterwards, mimosas, protein shakes. We got to stay a little bit healthy in there. Get that protein in. Donuts, community, there'll be vendors, and then we're going to do a giveaway. So if you bring athletes in with you, new athletes, you will be entered to win a giveaway from our business partners. Valentine's Day themed giveaway up to like $300 value. And then if you bring a new person in with you, they get entered in to win a free month of training at Crave. So good win-win for everybody, but it should be a fun event. I'm thinking that there's a lot of hype around these that it'll get maxed out. So perfect way to start your Valentine's Day. And then you can go enjoy the rest of your day with whatever you got on your plate.
14th.
The 14th. Yep. Saturday, the 14th.
Saturday.
Yep.
Correct. Okay.
There will be no sessions at that 8 a.m. So we will just be having a 9 a.m. session to get prepared for that event. So
Excellent. And if you have to take if you're normally a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you want to take that, make sure that you RSVP so that you can get a spot and do that early, because there's going to be a lot of people, not just your normal Saturday people. So if you're going to take your Friday off to do that Saturday workout, that works out great, but make sure that you RSVP and get in so that you can get that spot.
Yeah, and it'll be different. It's not going to, like I said, we're not going to follow the training outline. So if you want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday and jump in there, bring people, have some fun, good community event. So
awesome. We have a couple different things that we have going on right now. So at the start of the year, we had our Prime 6 challenge. Shout out to everyone that's doing that. Great. I'm doing it myself, so I'm working on the hydration piece here this week. But all of those athletes, huge shout out to everybody that's working hard on that. Stay after it. Stay, with those single goals that we have that we talk about every single week. Stay after that. The other thing that we have going is we have FTP that's underway. It's 1 week in, but with that, anybody can jump into the FTP nutrition group at any time. So that is a work at your own pace spot. So it's always fun, I think, to get in with the 8-week group and be in like during a challenge time that we started last week. So we're only 1 week in. So if you start right now is a good time because now you're kind of in the exact same phase as those people and you get to start with those people. So it's a great time to jump into that and start that. And that's a nutrition group that Amber runs every single week.
Mm-hmm.
Great results from that. There's been, you can speak on that, but I know you've been talking.
Oh, it's been so good. It's been good for a lot of people. Very eye-opening because I think a lot of people think that they're eating well or, they think that they're doing all the right things, but then they actually start tracking it and they realize that some of the decisions they were making, like maybe they're healthy fats or they're healthier choices, but they're not the best choice, right? Because at the end of the day, if we overeat, we are going to gain weight and gain fat. And so it's just been really eye-opening for people to see that, get ideas from others. I mean, it's a great community source. I think a lot of us struggle with some of the same things. So just knowing that somebody else is struggling alongside you and overcoming these things that you have, but it's also it's simple, but it's not easy, right? So I keep it as simplified as possible to set people up for success. And I think that's why people love it. We're not going to restrict you in a specific diet. We're not going to give you a meal plan. You get to eat the things you love still. And it's just all more in moderation and eating more, protein and vegetables and fiber and all that stuff. So it's been really good. And it's the saying you can't out train poor nutrition. It's so true, but also just fueling your body. Like a lot of these athletes have screenshotted me their performance goals, like in the gym and what they've been able to achieve. And it's because they're feeding their body more protein and they're just better sources. And so, they're not as tired. They feel better. They're not as bloated. Like there's just so many things that are involved when it comes to nutrition that it's making them feel better and more confident, but also their performance is a lot better and they're able to perform at a higher level because they're feeding their body with so much more nutritious food.
Yeah, the reviews coming out of that group are amazing. So,
Hmm.
shout out to everybody doing
Yeah, you
FTP
guys are
right now.
crushing
You're
it. And
crushing
if
it.
you did FTP with me, a lot of people graduate, they get done in 8 weeks and they're like, I'm feeling good. I'm able to do this on my own, which ultimately is what we want, is for people to learn habits and learn how to fuel their body and then do it on your own, right? It's a lifestyle change. It's not just that 8 weeks, but then these people just carry this on and now they know how to live a healthier lifestyle. They can help their families, their kids, whoever. And if they want to come back because maybe they need more accountability again, then it's always there for them. But yeah, you guys can jump in at any time. We usually do 8 week blocks. And then after those 8 weeks, you can stay in it month to month, or you can continue to discontinue, or you can choose to discontinue if you want.
Yeah, and it is. It's one of those things that if you feel like you've achieved your goal and you're in the right spot and you feel comfortable and competent in your nutrition now, which a lot of that teaches you,
Hmm.
then you can, graduate. The other thing though is a lot of people, like myself included, I'll jump in, for a couple weeks refresher every now and then because I need just that accountability and I need to reprogram my macros and do some things just to get back on track. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing the Prime 6 this time around. But the FTP will be able to stick with you as long as you need it. So if you haven't hit your maybe it's a weight loss goal or whatever goal, and it takes 23 weeks, that 23 weeks you can continually stay in that group and get the support and get the ideas and get all of that. And then if you do hit your goal and you want to learn what we call a reverse diet, and you want to be able to start eating more without packing pounds back on, then we address that as well. And we adjust macros. And so that you can reverse diet out of, maybe it was a cut that you wanted to go through. And now we can, learn to eat more association with the same body weight or close to the same body weight without gaining it all back. Like a lot of the people that do that yo-yo diet kind of snowball and they go all in, and then as soon as they're done, there wasn't anything to learn. It was just do this or restrict this,
And it was
and then
unsustainable. Yeah.
right, and so it's unsustainable. So when they graduate from the diet or quit the diet, it just all comes back in waves, and that's not what happens. And that's again why we can reverse diet and learn the things that you need to learn to live the life long term, for long term success when it comes to nutrition. Because again, there's a lot of crap out there on the internet um, that is tough. You don't know who to listen to or what, and makes it interesting to try to keep track. So
Hmm.
we have these groups to help you guys. And hint, this is kind of a preview, but we may have another group opening up, another FTP group with um, another coach. So if you are thinking about doing it, that might be another time to pull the trigger as well. Um, so anything else we want to go over this season? I think we almost covered everything.
Yeah, I think that is all for the
I
season.
love the quote of the season. So
Hmm.
you probably see it all over the gym, on the banners and all that kind of stuff. But life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react. And reaction is part of agility, and that's something that we're training not only physically but mentally. And how you react and how your body reacts is all of that stuff is sharpened through this season. So continue to get after it. I had some people talk about their feet were hurting. A lot of this stuff, is just getting used to the extra jumping or the extra running and stopping and changing direction and that kind of stuff. We haven't done a high volume of that stuff for a couple seasons now. So getting back into it, a lot of times, just like when you first lifted weights, you got super sore. A lot of that will then subside and your body will adapt, like Amber had talked about earlier. You're going to adapt to it. You're going to be in a good spot. And then 8 weeks is going to be done, and we're going to get into a new season for strength season next. And you're going to be in a much better spot agility wise. So
I think that's obviously a huge point is just the change, but also like shoes matter.
yeah,
Like
that's a good point. That's a good point.
like during strength season, it's hard to use the big hokas that are fluffy and bouncy, like when you're deadlifting, because I tell people a lot of times take your shoes off because those are way too like you don't have that good solid base foundation.
Can't deadlift
But
on
I
pillow.
mean, there's shoe stores out there solely for shoe purposes to find what works for your foot, because what works for mine might not work for you. So you just have to probably during this season find like one of my favorites is like volleyball shoes or indoor like basketball shoes or whatever,
True
because
tennis shoes.
yeah. Those work for me, but again, they might not work for you, but you can go to some of those stores and tell them like, "Hey, this is the type of training I'm doing." And they have like those shoe people are knowledgeable, way more knowledgeable than what I would be in finding the correct shoe for you. And different seasons might require different shoes, right? And so making sure that are they old? Like, have you been wearing those shoes forever and now your foot just needs a little bit more support?
That's a good
Um,
rule of thumb. If you wore the shoes you're wearing for last year's agility season, time to get new.
Right. And even like the Hauka's, like the way you move, like your ankle movement, like if that foot's slipping a lot in that shoe, you might need a shoe that has a wider base for you. So that way you're not rolling an ankle and stuff. So that's definitely something I would look into too, is investing in a shoe. And there's tons of them out there. I know we have Nobles. People love Nobles.
Yeah.
And there's different style of Nobles out there as well. But check into that and
Yeah.
maybe get
Cross-training shoes.
athletes, pay attention more at the gym. If you see an athlete that's working out in some shoes, ask them how they like them and where they got them and things like that. But
Lean on your teammates for a lot of different things. So that's awesome. That's why we're a team. So anything else?
I don't think so.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for joining us. As always, you're an athlete. Live like it.
Bye, guys.